Team deathmatch. Let's do this.
Hey everyone, Team Deathmatch here, and this is What Could It Be Like, episode 5. What Could It Be Like is a small sub-series that I run, where I guess what a future game title could be like, but this time I'm not going to be talking about on what a specific future game title could be like, but instead I'm just going to guess on what could be potential future game titles for a game series, and I'm just going to guess for like a brief moment on what could they be like. I'm going to start off with Gears of War. What I think could be a new Gears of War trilogy could be the Gears of War Pendulum trilogy, which is like a prequel trilogy that's centered around the Pendulum Wars, and you play as a younger Marcus Phoenix, and you fight the enemy of the coalition of ordered gears at that time. You're not going to be fighting Locust. Although I think the last game in that prequel trilogy could probably be Emergent State. And maybe, however, a whole new trilogy for Gears of War could be the Gears of War Emergent State trilogy, which is just totally centered around the beginning of the Locust War, and you just play as Marcus Phoenix up until the point where he is captured and he's put to prison, as mentioned in Gears of War 1. I don't really think there's going to be a sequel trilogy of Gears of War, because if you play the end, there's gonna, the humans have won the war, and I guess the only thing they can do is pretty much go back. Like what George Lucas did. Rather than making a new sequel trilogy for Star Wars, he just made a prequel, which pissed some people off. But anyway, that's it for Gears. For Crisis, I think we might have a Crisis 3, which is just centered around a new nanosuit soldier, probably in nanosuit 3 or something, and he's gonna fight the Locust and end the Crisis trilogy once and for all. Or maybe you just play as Alcatraz. I don't know. I have a video on what the next Crisis game be like. Check that out. And for Halo, we obviously have the new Reclaimer trilogy. What I think it could be like is that it's centered around Master Chief and him exploring the new world. Well, that's what it's obviously going to be like. Although I think there might be a Halo Wars 2. Fans have been calling for it. They really like this strategy game a lot, and the Halo Wars, there's kind of a small post-credit scene that's, not really talked about, but many fans think that it could mean there's going to be a Halo Wars 2, and what it will feature, it might just be a direct sequel to Halo Wars, or maybe it's just going to be centered around a whole new battle, but it's going to use, the same control scheme of how you order your units or something. Or maybe the next Halo Wars game could be based on the Halo Reclaimer trilogy. And maybe we can have Halo ODST 2, where again you play as the rookie, and you and his ODST squad must fight the new threat that's presented in the next Halo Reclaimer trilogy. That would actually be pretty cool. Fans really like the Halo 3 ODST thing a lot. They kind of want like a sequel to ODST and have a chance to play as rookie again. And that's pretty much it for Halo. Now let's move on to what could be future Battlefield game titles. I already have a video on what could the next Battlefield game be like, and oh yeah, I already have a video on what could the next Halo game be like. I did a co-commentary with another YouTube user called Dark Ninja Sith, who's also kind of my friend, and so speaking of, before I talk about what could the next Battlefield game be like, for this match, as you've noticed, I finally have a video in Conquest. I kind of felt that Conquest game modes for me are a little too slow, and most of the game footage is probably just going to be me walking around the map, but no, this is filled with action and all. My KD is 6-3, but it doesn't really matter for this. Here, all people care about is winning, and we do win at the end, and 6-3 is not bad for Conquest. You may notice that I'm not going to jump into any vehicles, but the people, two people messaged me saying that before the game started we were waiting, and some guys had their mics on and they're like, hey, you're on vehicle destruction duty or something. So as you can see, whenever there are tanks or anything, I'm always the guy who's sent to destroy them. even though no one's commanding me to. But they just told me at the beginning to, you know, see any tanks or jeeps, take him out. I think another guy is on, you know, air assault duty or something. So anyway, I also have a, like I said, I have a video, already have a video on what could next Battlefield game be like. But as for future game titles, I think there might be, obviously a Battlefield 4, which might be a sequel to the Battlefield 3 story, which I hope not, because the Battlefield 3 story is total shit. I think what it should do is it should go back to the Battlefield 2 style of playing, you know, just like multiplayer only, something like that. And I also think that there could be a Bad Company 3 where you're pretty much finishing the story of Marlowe and Bad Company, an entire company filled with redneck soldiers who are actually kind of funny a lot of times. But like I said, and I also think that the next Battlefield game should be a little less frustrating, and they should try improving the game's engine a little bit, especially in Team Deathmatch. To be honest, Conquest, for Conquest, the engine is pretty fluent. When Team Deathmatch, the engine starts to fail and all that. I also think there could be a Battlefield just like a Battlefield Bad Company Vietnam 2 or something. People like the Bad Company Vietnam, and maybe there could be a sequel, and that would actually be kind of cool. And I also think there could probably just be you know, another Battlefield 2142 game. That game was pretty cool. It was science fiction and all that. And let's see, what could another Battlefield game be like. Maybe they might make another Battlefield World War II game, although I kind of hope not, because you know, with World War II there's not really a lot of excuse to, you know, blow stuff up. Like there weren't that many rockets in the war. Well, actually, hey, it might be fun being a Nazi and totally destroying the places where Jews pray at, because, you know, Nazis hate Jews and all that. And that's it for Battlefield. Okay, and now, ironically, I'm gonna talk about on what a future Call of Duty game title could be like. Oh yeah, and here I'm just gonna speed up this video a bit. Just read the text and it'll explain. So anyway, I think what the next Call of Duty game could be like is Black Ops 2, because I actually did some achievement hunting in Black Ops, and I found some intel, and you discover at the end that they're selling agents to go kill the protagonist of Black Ops named Mason. And I think that what the next game could revolve around is Mason trying to avoid the agents and, you know, combat them in some sort of Black Ops way. But whatever, Black Ops is shit, and I don't really think there should be a sequel. Although I think there should be a Call of Duty Zombies game, which is just like Call of Duty Zombies on its own. Zombies seems to be the redeeming feature of Black Ops. People like it and all, and hell, people even have days in COD where all they just do is play zombies. And I actually admit I do play some zombies on COD for a while. It's pretty fun and all that. So yeah, what I think they should do is make an entirely new Call of Duty Zombies game. You know, that would be cool. And I think that there is not going to be another Modern Warfare game, because I don't have Modern Warfare 3, but, you know, the people said the story ends, and Modern Warfare series is supposed to be a trilogy. So I think there could be is a Call of Duty Future Ops or something, which is just set in the future. And hell, since it's science fiction, it might have a chance for making a good story, because, as we all know, science fiction games are pretty awesome and fluent in their stories. And so I guess that's pretty much it for Call of Duty. What else could we say? Okay, for Mass Effect, we have Mass Effect 3. That's the end of the trilogy. I don't think there's gonna be another future Mass Effect game. We are gonna have a BioShock 3. This game is BioShock Infinite, not BioShock 3. I actually made that mistake once. I don't know what it could revolve around. Maybe it'll go back to Rapture, or maybe not, or something. And now let's move on to Assassin's Creed. For Assassin's, we might have an Assassin's Creed 3 set around a whole new, you know, a new era in time. We could probably just have It could be a World War One era, World War Two era, Cold War era, or something like that. And if it was a World War Two era, maybe you're playing as Desmond's grandfather, or if it's a Cold War era or something like that, maybe you're playing as Desmond's father. Although I think that maybe the next Assassin's Creed game will be set maybe around a more historic setting, maybe around the American or French Revolution. Yeah, that would be actually be cool. And hey, what if it turned out George Washington was a Templar and Templars are enemy in that game? That would be pretty fun. And maybe we could actually have an Assassin's Creed game set in the future. Nah, that doesn't work. My bad. But anyway, as we know, Assassin's Creed is set in some point in history, so I guess we can already think ahead on what the next game could be like. And there are also going to be spin-offs to Assassin's Creed 3, like how Brotherhood and Revelations is a spin-off to Assassin's Creed 2. Okay, I think that's pretty much it for now. Oh yeah, and for future game titles, we're also going to see a Doom 4, and we might also see probably a future game to Batman Arkham City. There are many clues in the game that tell you that there's going to be a sequel to Batman Arkham City. Maybe it's going to be called Batman Arkham World or Batman Arkham Universe or some shit. I also think personally that we might see another StarCraft game in the future. Maybe it'll come out soon, or hell, maybe it's just gonna have that massive delay again. You know how much of the delay there was between StarCraft 1 and 2. But anyway, this is just my thoughts on what could future game titles be like. Team Left Match is out. See you guys.